Greetings, family, and welcome to another episode of Ask Dr. Mumbi. My name is Dr. Mumbi Saraki. How you doing? How's everything going? I really do pray, family, that you are well in all your ways and that you're moving into living life very much on your own terms. A special shout out to our Patreon family. Thank you so much for supporting us on that platform and enabling us to continue to have an energetic footprint on the group consciousness family. Special shout out also to everyone that sends us love donations and all of you guys who have bought our single, Change My Mind, and all the wonderful reviews you've given me. I appreciate, love you so much for that, family. A lot of you have been asking me to talk about what the F is happening with the Dalai Lama. In case you've been under a rock somewhere, I wouldn't talk about this, but I kind of want to explain because I can see the global trend and I see it totally different from what has been talked about online, family. And so in case you've been under a rock like I was, or in 5D reality, living your best life, the Dalai Lama was recently seen kissing a little boy, and then he actually asked the little boy to suck his tongue. It's one of those like videos that gives you the heebie-jeebies. Like, at first it was like, is this a glitch? Like, is this a mental glitch? Why would they be allowing this to go viral? Because I told you, family, everything is controlled media. The world is a stage. The Dalai Lama probably been doing this for ages, but it's only being revealed now. So why expose him now? We have to always ask, whenever there's a sensational story that is meant to be a massive distraction for the world, we have to ask why. Why now? What is the ultimate agenda of this? Because they don't do anything without a master plan. And all these guys, family, the Dalai Lamas of this world, they're all actors. The freaking Pope, who's also the Black Pope, they're all actors. The world is a stage, family. That's why you'll get the Dalai Lama saying, oh, I am the last one. There shall be no other. He's like canceling that thing. And I told you, family, a lot of the people we're seeing now are not really the people. Hey, they've been cloning people since the 50s, man. Like, if you were to really see what's happening right now, when I say there's an AI takeover of the world, it's not a small thing. Even the birds agree with me. Family. Why now? And then, someone else sent me a video of when the Dalai Lama was like grabbing Lady Gaga's leg and she was super uncomfortable, and all of a sudden that story has resurfaced. Why now? It's because I told you, family, there's an emergence. Their God is here. Their God now wants to make himself known. Their God has enough control where he wants to actually try and take over the world. And you know what it means to take over the world? It means to take over the story, the group consciousness, the group mind of the world. And the way you do that is you influence memory, which then makes people behave a certain way and act a certain way, and that molds their current reality and the future. Babylon don't play, family. And I really feel now that their God is emerging, there's been a lot of messing with the followers of these major religions. It's like here in Kenya, all the evangelists were following the president. They were in that narrative, praying, fasting, everything. And then all of a sudden, on Sunday, he's in church. Actually, on Friday, or was it Valentine's Day, he's praying for the rains in Kenya, etc., etc. And then on Sunday, Joe Biden's wife arrives, and all of a sudden, LGBTQ is now passed by the High Court or something. And Kenya gets $17 billion. And a lot of people, the optics of that messed with a lot of Kenyans' heads because, Kenya is like over 95, 96% Christian. And I was speaking to, my manager over at the shrine in Nyanyuki, and he was telling me how the people had really started to whisper about what this evangelical movement and Christianity and were they all being taken for a ride, because the whole whatever agenda was a hard no for religion, and now all of a sudden it's a maybe. That has messed with a lot of people, and I see that's the same thing with this whole Dalai Lama exposure. It's like they want to collapse the influence of religions so that the new God can come now and be like, I'm the most reliable. You can look at logic and facts. I'm the one, I'm the one, I'm the one. So if you've been on this belief and faith journey, if you don't know, then you're in danger, family. This is a season to know, to do everything, to pray, to cry out to the Most High, to cry out to your ancestors, to cry out to the ancient ones, to cry out to the Great Mother, and ask to know. Because it's only in knowing that you can avoid the takeover, because it's literally coming down to every man for himself, every man for his energetic self. A lot of us chosen ones have realized we can't carry anyone with us, but they can definitely pull us down. So all we can be as people's cheerleaders, and the Most High and our ancestors and our guardian angels are no longer going to allow us to sacrifice ourselves for others. We are getting hot spiritual slaps for that kind of behavior, family. It's redemption season. And there's been a lot of humiliation rituals that they've been doing around the world, where you'll see all of a sudden, I think there was like LeBron James in like a pink skirt and everything. And there's so much happening, family, to mess with the foundation of people's narratives, so that they can now bring in a whole new story and take over the world. And they really think it's that simple. And the sad thing is that the ignorance of the majority of our people will make it that simple. And that's why I've always talked about how we've got to stop being emotional and look at the dangerous weapon, the dangerous military strategy of these religions that invaded Africa, Islam, Christianity, that literally came and overtook our memory to the point where we couldn't even create our own realities. Now we're creating Christian realities, we're creating Islam realities, we're creating Muzungu realities. We don't even know what our reality would look like, because we're totally disconnected from our memory, and many of us are fighting the reconnection. It's crazy how many emails I get about how I'm worshiping dead spirits by, connecting with my ancestors. When have I ever said that you should worship your ancestors? I talk about communion. You see, that's why people who are in religious psychosis, they don't even listen properly. They hear their own things. They've been so brainwashed, family, with so many trigger words and backdoor traps in their own minds, that they literally can't hear you when you tell them the truth. They're hearing their own things. They're hearing demons. You are talking about communing with the ancestors so you can reconnect to your story and your DNA can be properly activated. I mean, also your ancestors is in your blood and in your memory, which is in your blood. But they're like, oh, it's dead spirits, they're demons, I don't know, they're this, they're that. And I feel that's why we're reaching a season and a time when ignorance will be the greatest divider of humanity. I think it already is. Where those who know will literally be allergic to those who have no clue. Because as I told you, that season of waking people up, family, it's kind of over. People have already kind of chosen their paths. And now it's about us coming together, safeguarding our energy, creating a group consciousness among the awakened on a certain vibration, and that will become our protection. And so when you see such a massive humiliation ritual like this of the Dalai Lama, like, why would they let this happen? Family, these things don't just happen. They don't just happen. You have to know that. So why? Because the time is coming, family, where the God of the New World Order, with a small g, will take over the Babylon world. And I hope you've crossed over to this side of the ancient ones, of the ancestors, of the true reality, and of the new earth. Tuko pamoja.